Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Whole Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Gimme a Whole Yeah Wrestling Podcast. My name is Ant. Today I'm joined as normal by my podcast partner, my brother to another mother. It is...
That was lovely.
Did it sound to you, Sarah, like he was like riding on a bike going over speed bumps there?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? But I quite liked it. It was like there's like a beat to it.
A bit of bass to it, yeah.
A little bit of the bass, a little bit
of buttery biscuit bass.
Today we are joined in our predictions. We always like to invite one of you dudes to join predictions. If you go to the Discord and let us know, we will make sure that you are next. We've got a few people in line. You're next. So today our special guest is an awesome member of the Gimme a Whole Yeah community. You've heard her on streams, you've seen her in Zoom calls, you've seen her in the Discord. Here she is in person. It's Sarah.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, absolutely. Yeah, Sarah made the mask for us, man. You can check out the masks, and she is selling them on Discord, which rocks. I don't have one to hand at the minute, but they're amazing. Thank you, Sarah.
We're indoors, like good socially distanced people. We're indoors, away from each other, even though we're in the same city. Probably about 10 minutes distance from each other, but we're all being good, socially distanced wrestling fans with cups of tea. Well, I've got a cup of tea. What do you got, Anthony?
Cup of tea, man.
Tea. What do you got, Sarah?
Water.
Oh, she's sensible.
Gotta hydrate.
Let's hydrate. Right, let's get into TLC. An interesting pay-per-view because I'll do this at the start. Raw ratings this week were atrocious, right? This could mean anything could happen at TLC. Like, if AJ Styles won the title because they wanted to change direction, it wouldn't surprise me, which is really awesome. The guys in Discord have been writing down the predictions, and we're going to have a league this time. So join our Discord. The link is in the description, and you can be part of the wrestling league, and we're going to see who the winner is. Who gets all the predictions right, baby?
Oh, what a great idea.
It is, man. Cool. So let's go on to the first match. We're going to do the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The New Day versus the Hurt Business. Also, before we go into that, 1 second, we are also filming this prior to SmackDown, just so we've got that stipulation out of the way. Dom, party.
Absolutely. I predicted the Hurt Business the first time round. I don't think they'd be getting this match. If they weren't going to win this, the Hurt Business have to win here. Like, they've had too many chances, too many losses to lose again at this pay-per-view. So I would bet my left testicle that the Hurt Business are going to walk away with this championship.
Interesting, man. Sarah, what you got?
I've got to agree with Dom. I've got Hurt Business. I think they need something. They've been, they've just... Yeah. There's been that lack of any real substance for them to go somewhere. And I think they need this win. Although, I love New Day.
It's a new day, yes, it is. Well, Bobby Lashley still has the United States Championship, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, them winning the tag teams gives them a lot more gold, and I feel like that would be a missed opportunity if they don't give the Hurt Business titles here. Sarah, have you got any more thoughts on that? Because I sort of cut you off.
It's all right. No, I think it's going to set up for possibly a storyline starting at Rumble with MVP kind of demolishing them all and setting up 2021 for, something a bit juicy.
Ooh,
with
interesting.
The Hurt Business.
Interesting predictions.
Demolishing them all, as in like breaking up the Hurt Business, you mean?
Yeah.
Dissension among the Hurt Business. I like it, man. I like it. Anything else to say on this match, or should we party on?
I think briefly, I think, like I say, there's some good... They've put a lot of energy and effort into the Hurt Business faction. Definitely more than they've put into Retribution, which was another relatively new faction that we've seen. I think they've given gold to Bobby Lashley, and they've given they've put MVP in a feud with, or they've teased a feud with Matt Riddle and stuff. There's a lot of the Hurt Business are at the center of a lot of things on Raw at the moment, which may or may not contribute to the ratings. But I think you're right, Anthony. I think both of you are. I think that if they don't win the titles here, they're about as pointless it's about as pointless continuing the Hurt Business as it is continuing Retribution at the moment.
That's a really good point, man. And I actually think if they win the titles, you could actually do something interesting between Hurt Business and Retribution. It feels like if Retribution were going for the tag titles at the minute against New Day, it'd be a one-sided sort of feud. So I feel like with the Hurt Business, you can do that. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I think you'd have to. I honestly think they should turn Retribution face if they want to have any hope of making them an interesting team.
Okay.
Because they've just botched everything to do with them as this kind of dominating, like a Nexus. It was like a Nexus 2.0, except without the names of CM Punk or Wade Barrett to carry it. So, it was, Nexus was bad, but this is the worst faction I think we've ever seen. Probably not ever.
I don't think Nexus was bad until John Cena beat them. That was the issue. These haven't Nexus come in and there was quite dominant and quite an interesting faction, but Retribution haven't even had that at the minute. So they need to change it up. Let's see what they're going to do in the future. I'm going to move on to the next match. We have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and a to-be-announced partner. Before we go into the match, who do you think the to-be-announced partner is, Dom?
Right, okay. Well, there's a lot of speculation that it could be Charlotte, but honestly, I would be more interested in the other speculated person, which is Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce is also in the running to be the tag team partner for Asuka in this, but it's more likely to be Charlotte. But honestly, for me, it makes more sense for Charlotte to come back in a singles run. But yeah, I mean, it's an odd one. I think it's going to be Charlotte, but then they need to pop ratings. So have they paid an S-load of money to Ronda Rousey to come back, to pop those ratings? I think it's most likely to be Charlotte, but I would prefer it to be someone like Peyton Royce, somebody who hasn't had the chance to shine yet, really.
Cool. I think that's a great idea, Dom, especially the Ronda Rousey thing. I hadn't thought about that, but putting her in the match straight away with Shayna Baszler is a wonderful feud straight away.
I don't think it was on the cards until these Raw ratings dropped.
So who are you saying in general? Ronda Rousey?
No, I'm saying Charlotte.
Charlotte, cool.
But I would prefer it to be Peyton Royce or Ronda Rousey. Somebody needs to pop those ratings, and I think they'll be like you said. I think some big stuff could happen this pay-per-view to bring those ratings back up for Raw on Monday, and Vince will be pulling out, and everybody will be pulling out the big money to bring, some surprises to TLC. One would hope.
Rock and roll, great booking, man. Sarah, what do you think, mate?
I actually do have Peyton Royce.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
I just can't see Asuka and Charlotte working together to be a good match. So, I'd prefer to see Peyton there. But I think they're going to go for something that's possibly a crowd pleaser. And Peyton and Asuka potentially could have the chemistry there to be a good team.
Yeah.
Cool. That's really good booking.
Like
I think it's going to be Lana. I think that Asuka's going to start off this match in a 2-1 handicap because she can't find a partner, and Lana is going to come down halfway through, and that's when we're going to get the Lana-Nia spot. The reason for that is because...
That is classic.
Say again?
That is classic WWE booking.
Yeah.
And I think that is really likely.
Yeah, the thing is, if they don't do that, I mean, Charlotte's wonderful because you're right, she's a massive star, she's a massive draw. However, I think it's better to bring her back at the Rumble. Peyton, I think people are complaining about Peyton because they've broke up the wonderful Iconics. They've put her in this awful tag team with Lacey Evans, and then putting her with Asuka. Just feel like she's going from one tag team to another with sort of just a mess. However, Lana completes this story. I haven't been a fan of this story, and I don't like the fact that Lana's been put in it because they should be focusing on women who are really great wrestling. They've got some wonderful talents within that company. And while this story has been great, and I think Lana's been doing a great job of selling the babyface, and I think she's become a wonderful little babyface. The issue is, in ring, I don't know if she matches up to these other people. So I think this is the point where you pay off the story and you get rid of the story and give it back to Nia and Shayna in a week or two. Anything else to add? Oh, yeah. Who's winning the match?
Asuka and whoever our tag team partner is.
Sarah?
I've got Shayna and Nia.
Ooh, even with the Peyton Royce return? Ooh, cool. Rock and roll.
Because I want to see something set up for Mania with them.
Yeah. I think they will. They probably will as well. I agree with that. But I just think they'll hotshot the title for a little bit. I've got Asuka and Lana because it pays off that story. Cool. Sasha Banks versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship is the next match. Dom, start us off, brother.
Sasha Banks, clearly, as much as people are saying they like this new Carmella gimmick, I'm not. From what I've seen of it, I'm not particularly sold. She looks good in PVC, I guess. But you know, aside from that, you know, and people are saying, you know, she was one of the names alongside Peyton Royce that was the backstage writers were, you know, when they sort of came up with the list of people that was underrated on the roster. Carmella was on there, and I do believe there is something to Carmella, and maybe this is the gimmick for it. But we're too early into it. We're too early into it to have a win the title, unless they're thinking about shocking the system, so to speak, and popping some ratings for Monday. If they were going to do a hot shot with the title, I would suggest immediately having Sasha Banks win it back if they were going to do that. But I think there's not very much likelihood of that. I think Sasha Banks is definitely taking this. It's too early in her run. And yeah, so that's my pick, is Sasha Banks.
Rock and roll, man. Sarah?
I do have Sasha to win. I don't think Carmella's had much of this gimmick kind of substance to her yet. And I think they need to build that up before she has a win. And they can drag Sasha and Carmella out. Again, you're looking at Rumble and Mania. Mm-hmm. They can drag that kind of feud out and build Carmella up as a really good, plausible contender.
That's a really good point. I think you've definitely got another match in this at Rumble, because you then have, after the Rumble, you have the contention of who's going to be going after Sasha, who's going to be going after Asuka. But I think for the Rumble, you're going to get another one of these matches. And for that, I'm going to give the win to Sasha Banks, and it's going to be based on DQ. It is going to be Carmella smashing some champagne over Sasha Banks in the way she did on SmackDown last week, and the way that they're sort of building her gimmick. She's got a champagne celebration this evening on SmackDown. So there we go.
I like that. That's a pretty good dude. Yeah,
nice. So I've got Sasha Banks. Firefly. Oh God. Are they playing hide and seek again? Oh, Dom, don't rant, man. We ain't got long. Right, Firefly Inferno match. The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Take it away. Do I need to go make a cup of tea, tidy up my room, dust, come back? What do I need to do, Dom?
Okay, so, right, guys. The Fiend is winning this. I think it would be a complete shame if they didn't win this, given the history of their feud and the terrible WrestleMania match that they had, which will be called back to in this match. I think it'll be a Firefly Funhouse sort of blueprint. I think they'll take what they did with John Cena and do something like that, but it will end in the ring very much like it did with John Cena, but there will be fire in the ring, and that will be the match. It will have a cinematic main bit, and then the match will end with the ring in flames and a Sister Abigail from Bray Wyatt to Randy Orton with a Bray Wyatt win. And so my pick, ladies and germs, is The Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
You're so wrong. Sarah?
I do agree with The Fiend.
Oh.
Winning it.
Traitors.
I just think Randy Orton just needs to be put down again. He just, before he can come
like
back
a dog?
Up, well, my dog's called Randy.
I wonder why.
But it's so he can be built back up, because The Fiend is, in my opinion, like the modern day Undertaker, with the momentum behind him. And I do think, and I was discussing this with someone yesterday, I think Alexa Bliss is going to be Bray's kind of weakness, but she's going to be the pallbearer to Fiend.
Oh, yes.
Like that.
Very good. Dudes, you're both wrong. Randy Orton's winning this. What are the rules of an Inferno match, people?
You set someone on fire.
You set the opponent on fire. That's correct. How are they setting Randy Orton on fire when the dude
with
wears
all his
trunks?
body oil.
With his body oil, he's just going to spontaneously combust in the ring.
They'll set his boot on fire.
They'll say no. The Fiend's winning this. He's going to have a big arm thing on. Sorry, Randy Orton's winning this. He's going to have a big arm thing on, and it's going to go into the fire. That's the only way I can see it working. I'm sorry.
It's not happening, dude.
It's a stipulation.
They're not going to give it. They're not going to give it to Orton, man. They'll have thought about this. They may have already done it.
They might have done it. You're right. It might be a cinematic match.
They will have had time to think about this, and they will have thought this through. And they have to give it. History dictates that they have to give it to the Fiend. I'll bet my right testicle that the Fiend wins.
Well, I don't want either of your testicles, actually. Thank you very much. No, but dude, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense for the Fiend to be losing because he's got. Yes, it does. It makes complete sense.
No, it never makes sense for the Fiend to lose, and this is an argument that you've made.
No, I didn't say lose the match though. I said lose the feud, and there's a massive difference between that. The Fiend can get his arm set on fire and still end up standing tall by Sister Abigail in him after that, or something like that, or Alexa can come in.
Right, so you're saying that Randy Orton wins
the match? Yeah, and I think that they're going to do this at Rumble as well.
What do you mean they're going to do this at Rumble?
They're going to do the Fiend Randy Orton at Rumble, I think.
Okay, all right.
So Randy goes over here, Fiend goes over at Rumble. Rumble's a bigger deal.
See, I think Randy would win at Rumble.
Do you?
I think they're going to do it at Rumble and Randy would win. I
don't think Randy should ever win here.
Well, we know you don't. That's because you're a Fiend fangirl.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You are. Dom, was the Raw segment? Shut up. Listen.
Randy Orton has beaten Bray Wyatt plenty of times in the past.
Dom, did you enjoy the Firefly Funhouse segment this week on Raw? Was it an entertaining segment?
I enjoyed it, yes.
Dude, it was freaking hide and seek in a wrestling show. It was freaking hide and seek in a freaking wrestling show. No, it was stupid.
You're just miserable all the time.
No, I'm not miserable. It was freaking. I love the hide and seek segment. What was your favourite segment of the year, Dom? Oh, the hide and seek segment was wonderful.
It was great. Sarah, what do you think?
I was in two minds. I liked it, but it shouldn't have been there.
She's staying between us, and I love that. Political. Rock and roll. Let's move on. We got Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in a TLC match.
Love Kevin Owens, and I think this has been a really interesting feud from what I've seen of the dial, particularly with the promos. But Reigns is winning this. If there's any result that's clearer on this pay-per-view, it's that. Unless they bring Goldberg back in to spear, to spear Reigns and have Kevin Owens take the title like they did with Eddie Guerrero years ago, Eddie Guerrero and Lesnar, to pop the ratings again.
Could do.
Yeah, something like that. And then set up Reigns and Goldberg for Rumble or something, and then whatever for WrestleMania. But I mean, if there's any match realistic, I don't think Goldberg's coming back till the Rumble or Mania. So I think Reigns is winning this.
Rock and roll. Sarah?
I've got Roman Reigns as winning it, but I've also got Jey Uso kind of coming in and doing something. Because he's got to prove himself, hasn't he?
That makes sense.
Owens had one over on him,
Yeah, that makes complete sense, Sarah. Absolutely, that's great booking. Yeah, I think the same. I think there's no way Roman Reigns is losing this. Even with Goldberg, you're probably battling him off. And again, I think Goldberg's bigger for Rumble, so if you're going to do that, you're going to have that. TLC doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
The only thing that's interesting about this is the ratings. So, anything else on Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens?
No, I think that's a pretty foregone conclusion.
Easy. TLC Championship match for Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. Dom, take us away, brother.
I think Drew's winning this, unless your prediction is right about the ratings, Pop. I think Drew's been a strong champion, whatever the ratings say. I think he's. But I think the only way I would see. I think this is happening anyway. I think either Sheamus comes in and costs Drew the title, or Sheamus comes in and attacks Drew after he beats AJ. So Sheamus is definitely coming in and getting involved in this. Whether it's before or after the bell, he's going to have an impact. But realistically, I think Drew is winning this, and then that's leading to a Sheamus attack.
Okay. Sarah?
I do have something similar. I do have Drew winning this. I think he needs to have that, belt a bit longer. But I do have either Sheamus or Braun coming in.
Oh, Braun would be nice.
After. And something happening there. Because obviously, back off suspension, need to get him there.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Cool.
Yeah, good for the ratings again, yeah.
And it sets it up again for next year. You've got possibilities to go with storylines then as well.
Really good points, Sarah. Really good points. I'm taking Drew for the same reasons. I don't think this is a chance. Here's my problem with this. I think it's going to be an absolute mess of a match. I think it's going to be awful. I think you're going to have Miz, Morrison on the outside. I think while I love your bookings, I think they're going to go with Miz and Morrison, and it's just going to be a freaking mess.
Right. Okay.
Personally.
So do you think there's going to be a ratings, an effort to pop the ratings here?
I think maybe we'll get that on Raw. I think maybe if I was to say it, you might get something interesting between the Fiend and Bray Wyatt, the Fiend and Randy Orton with Alexa Bliss or something like that. I think that's going to be probably the biggest talking point, and obviously the TBA partner. But it makes sense for it to be Lana. So yeah, I'd say the Fiend Bray Wyatt is your sort of big moment of the night.
Right, and what would you do? What would you do on Raw?
I don't know, something with Alexa Bliss. I'd probably play hide and seek with a load of puppets again because that sounds really entertaining.
It was. I loved it.
I know you did. Yeah, it also got the lowest ratings ever. Sarah?
I'm not sure. It's one of those things where, as you say, the ratings have been low. They've got to do something to pull it back up. I'm just not liking the Miz in it at the moment.
No, I'm not.
To be fair,
I'm not. But he is.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I just want to see Drew kind of lay him out with the briefcase, but
that could be the big point of the night. Actually, the Miz could cash in and Drew could take it off him
just
and keep it.
him.
Yeah, that could be a big moment of the night. Actually.
But no, I think it's going to be match of the night is going to be the Inferno.
Well, we will have to see. Rock and roll, thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. You're a wonderful part of the community, and you've done a great job. It's been awesome hearing your predictions. Everyone send some love to Sarah on the Discord as well as in chat and in the comments below. If you want to join our Discord, you can do it by hitting the link in the description, and maybe you'll be on a future prediction video. Who knows, man?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Nice to hang out with you as well.
Absolutely.
Magnificent hair.
Magnificent. You put us to shame, man. We make no effort for this, and you look banging.
Thank you.
Normally, I'd say to Dom, can you sign us out? But not tonight. Not when we've got a Hulomaniac on here. Sarah, brother, sign us out.
Are we ready then? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah!
Hello, this is Shotzi Blackheart, and welcome to Gimme a Whole Yeah! I hope everyone checking this out in Yorkshire and beyond is having a great day.